Hey guys, so today I'm going to be teaching you how to make chainmail. I've been making chainmail for about 4 years and I've been experimenting with a few different techniques that are out there, and this is by far, in my opinion, the easiest and simplest way to quickly create a large amount of chainmail. I say quickly, it's still a very long process. It's the sort of process that you want to be doing while watching a TV program. It certainly takes up a lot of your time. So you can do this with some pretty simple tools. I've just got standard pliers. You need 2 grippy pairs of pliers and 1 cutty pair of pliers. So your first step is to take your wire, and I use anywhere between 1.6mm wire and 2.0mm wire. It's best if you get either galvanized steel or stainless steel, and make sure that you don't get high tensile wire, because that's way too springy and it won't hold the shape of the links that you're going to be making. I might actually pop a link in the description to the wire that I buy off of Amazon. It's about £7 for 20 meters, so it's good value, and you'll soon find out that you use a lot of wire. So you want to start off with a good length and find a pole that you're going to wrap your wire around, and that's going to make something that looks a bit like a spring. Now this is just an old broomstick, because I find that it provides a nice size of link about this big. So you just take your wire, pop it onto your pole, whatever it might be. I've used a biro pen to make really small links. Just whatever suits the thing that you're hoping to make. If you're going to make something out of large links, it's going to take a lot less time. But then saying that, if you're doing something for proper reenactment, then you're going to want to make it out of smaller links, because that makes the chainmail a lot stronger. A lot heavier, but a lot stronger. Okay, so we've taken our pole away, and we are left with what looks like a big spring. And you'll notice that there's a start and a finish to the spring, and what we're going to do is we're going to use those to our advantage, and we're going to make our first few links. So we take the end here and we make our cut here, and you don't have to cut all the way through, because we're going to take advantage of a thing called metal fatigue. So I've just scored it there. Don't know if you can see that, but I've cut it and twisted it, and then I'm going to take my grippy pliers to just twist it round, and it snaps where I scored it with the cutting pliers. So that's our first link, and then we carry on cutting pliers, and we score again and give it a little twist. Then we take our gripping pliers and we twist it round, and the fatigued piece of metal breaks where you scored it. So that's a couple of links, and you basically repeat that many times, and you end up with a massive pile of links like this, and when you pile them up they all go into each other and make a mess. So then what you have to do is, if you've got smaller links, you can afford to just sort of push them into each other and butt the two ends against each other. But with a bigger link, because they're slightly weaker, I find it's better to sort of overlap them so they look a bit like a keychain. And what I use to do that is 2 pairs of gripping pliers, and then give a twisting motion with both hands, try not to squash, try to twist as opposed to squash, otherwise you get a oval shape. And there's nothing wrong with that, it just looks a bit rubbish. So that's roughly a circle, and you can adjust if you mess it up. But see, they overlap slightly here, and that's what we want because it makes a slightly stronger link. So you do that loads of times and you end up with another pile of links that are twisted so that they overlap slightly. Once you've got that pile going, you can get to locking the links. So when you lock a link, you go from open and you twist it over the top and round. So you take both ends in your pliers and you twist it around and it locks closed. Okay, so this bit here was on this side and it's gone over the top and round, and now it's on this side. And because of the way you twisted it round the pole, this bit wants to be on this side, so it pushes against this bit, and that's what locks it. That's, if I put quite a bit of force in it, it moves, but yeah. So then you have a massive pile of loads of those things. And what you want to do with those is eventually make your base unit. Now your base unit consists of 5 rings, 4 around the edge, all linked together with 1 in the middle. And this is essential, so take a good look at this, because that is the basis of any piece of chainmail with this method. So, all we need to do to make one of those is we take 5 links with 1 in the middle, and we lock the 4 links that are on the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you get slightly faster at this as you get into the swing of it, but I'm going fairly slowly right now so that you can take the time to observe me. So then you've got 4 that are locked and 1 that is still open, and you put the 4 locked ones onto the open one. The open one is going to be your center. So then once you've got your 4 links on there, you lock him. And then you lay it flat on the table. Now, there's no official way to lay it on the table, but it really helps if you get 2 of the 4 outer links in your fingers with the center link in the middle, and you lay 2 of the 4 outers on the table, and then you bring the other 2 forwards towards you. You can put them the other way, there's nothing wrong with that, but for consistency I like to pull them towards me, and that becomes apparent later on why I do that. So you've got your base link, and this is where you need to start really concentrating. The rest of it was fun. You can not concentrate on that at all. You can do that in your sleep. But now you've got loads of these. It's just some I have lying around so that you don't have to watch me make tons of them, because that would take forever. So I've got 6 of my base units laid out, and I'm going to be making 2 chains opposite each other, each chain made out of 3 base units. So this bit isn't too difficult. You get an unlocked link, and you're going to join up these 4 links here, these 2 and these 2, much the same way that you've linked those 4 with this center one. So, if you take a minute to notice how these center ones are facing upwards towards me and downwards away from me, and that's really important, because if, say, this one was upside down to the rest of them, it would mess everything up. it would just be a tangled mess of metal. It would be the equivalent of dropping a stitch if you were knitting. So it's really important that you're always concentrating on that, because I forget and I mess up and then I have to go back and I just ruin half an hour's work. So you've got your closed link and you want to put it in so that the end result of this matches these. So you're going to start from up and go down, and then you go into the other side and you start from down and then you work up. And this is the messy bit, because you usually scrunch up all of your work and you have to pull it all out again into shape. So see how I dropped it down that way, not that way? If I dropped it down that way, see, it bunches everything up. So I drop it down this way. And you can start to see how this one, and this one match. And these two, these two, these two, and these two match. These go up that way, these go down this way, and they alternate. See? So it sort of looks like knitting at this point, except with metal. And we're going to go again. We're going to pop this one from an up position, working down, then over to the other side, from a down position, working up. And take your gripping pliers and twist him round to lock. So then you're left with your first chain. That is a chain made of 3 base units. And you can see it's getting quite long already. So once you're practiced up, something like that may take you 5 minutes. And now we're going to do it again. There's a lot of doing things over and over again in chainmail. So we're going to go here, we're working from an up position downwards, then from a down position upwards. So I've just gone ahead and copied that, repeated myself, and made the second chain. And what we're going to do now is join the 2 chains together to make a kind of rectangle. And that's going to be sort of the end of the video. This is quite a sizable piece of chainmail. You'd probably be able to make a nice vambrace or something out of it, or you can just make another one and join those 2 together and expand it to make something a bit larger. So, much in the same way that we made our base units, and much in the same way that we joined our 2 base units together with one link here, we're going to take an open link and mimic this one and this one, in that the upwards position is facing towards me. So we're starting from an upwards position and we're going to join 1, 2, 3, 4 together, with this being the center link. So starting from up, working down, up to down, then we're on the other side, we're going from down to up, and then we'll close him. So that's locked into position. And everything bunches up, kind of, so you have to just pull it back into position, make sure everything's facing the right way still, and we go again. We're going to mimic this one and this one in order to join 1, 2, 3, 4 links together, with this in the center. So starting from an upwards position, working down, then onto the other side, from a down position, working up. Close him, and we're locked. And you continue that all the way along. So, this is what your finished product should look like. You've got 2 chains here and here, joined together by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 links. Now if you've enjoyed this video or you want to see anything similar, please like and subscribe, drop a comment. If you haven't enjoyed it still, drop a comment, let me know what I could do to improve it. And if you need any clarification on anything, if something wasn't clear, maybe it didn't quite get a good angle on a detail, drop a comment and I'd be happy to clarify anything. I've had a lot of fun creating this video, I hope you had fun watching it, and I hope you've gained a random skill that you can talk about.